In one of my last video, we designed this beautiful application in Figma, and today we are going to develop this full application in React Native. So in this video, we will develop this video streaming application completely from the scratch in React Native. So we will learn about the how the app we are developing. Then we will install the React Native and the Expo where we will use to develop the application. Then we will learn to create a React Native project. After that, we will understand the basic file structure in the React Native project, and then we will start building the application completely from the scratch. So watch this full video and we will learn everything basic about the React Native. Even though you don't know about anything, we will learn in this video. So before start of this video, please subscribe to my channel. In this tutorial, we are using the React Native Expo. Okay, so in this Expo CLI, we are using our application. So in order to install this Expo, if you go to the expo.dev website, you will find this installation command. Okay, just go in your command prompt and run this command. Okay, but make sure that you already have Node.js installed. Okay, so in order to test whether it's Node.js is installed or not, you can type by checking the version number of the node. So just type node-v and you will see the version number. If it's not there, it means node is not installed, and then you have to install it from the node.org website. Okay, so if you go here nodejs.org, sorry, and you can download it and install it. Okay, so once you have this install, then we'll go to create a new project. Okay, so in order to create a new project, go to this expo dev, or you can just search like expo create app. Okay, something like that, and if you see, the first link will open like create a new app. Okay, and in this you have to run this command npx, then we have command create expo app, and then you have to give the app name. So let's start doing this in a command prompt. So now, in order to create project, go to the specific folder where you want to create the project. Then on this path, just click it like this and type cmd. So automatically cmd will open in this folder. Okay, so you don't need to go and specify folder in the cmd. Then you have to run command npx create expo app, and then you have to give the app name like YouTube, or I will give like video streaming app. Okay, and just click enter. So it will take some few seconds in order to generate all packages and everything. So it asking us need to install the following package create expo app. So you have to say yes. Okay. So it will install all the expo packages which is needed for our applications. So we will wait.
A few minutes later.
So our project is ready. Okay, and now you have to go to our project folder. So just type cd and the project folder name and click enter. Now if you see, you are in your project. Okay, so make sure right now we are using the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so make sure it install in your application. If you don't know Visual Studio Code, so just type Visual Studio Code and you can download it from this link. I will write the link in description. So if you are using Windows, download for Windows, or depends on Mac, or you are using Ubuntu or something like OS, download for that one. Okay, so once it installed, right, and you are in the project folder, you with the help of cmd you can just type code space dot. So once you type like this, it will open project in Visual Studio Code automatically, or you can open the VS Code and open the folder from file as well. Okay,
So I enter, and automatically my project is open in this VS Code. So we are not using this CMD anymore, so I will close it. So in order to run the project, make sure you will install this Expo Go app in your Android device. It is also available for the iOS device as well. Okay. Once you install this application, open it and log in it or create account if necessary. Okay. Once you create the account, go to a project in terminal, create a new terminal, and just run the command expo start in order to build and run the project. So it will take a few seconds to build the project. Okay. Once the project is built, it will automatically opens this port on your browser. If it's not open, just type this enter this URL, okay, the localhost 19002. Then you will see on the left hand side you can run on Android device emulator or iOS simulator. Okay, you can publish the project as well. Okay, I will teach you how can we do that, and building the APK for this Android and making a iOS file as well. Okay, then in order to run project in an Android device, you have to select the connection type as a tunnel. Okay, online it will not work, so make sure you will select the connection type as a tunnel. Once you selected the connection type as a tunnel, go to your project, and on your Android device you will see this option, video streaming one, which is the LAN connection, and another is the tunnel one. You have to click on this tunnel one. Okay, now it will take again a couple of few seconds to build the application in your Android device. Okay, it's first time only. When first time you are launching the application on a Expo Go app in an Android device, then it will build the application every time. Okay, now if you see, we can able to run the application in Android device. Now you see we have simple text like open up app.js to start working on your app, and which is nothing but this text. This is a simple text, right? Now, if, remember one thing, app.js is our main file, main in the sense that is the first starting point of our application. Okay, so whatever you mention in this application, it will start it from first React Expo app will call this app.js, and then everything will define in the app.js, which render it on the screen. Okay, so we successfully run the application in our Android or iOS device. Okay, so same step we have to follow for iOS as well. So no different step you need to follow. Just keep it. They keep it so much simple. Okay. Now on the left hand side, just ignore all of this file. This is packet.js file. We will explain it later on when we start building our application or building the APK file. That time I will explain everything. Okay, and uh, this is the JSON file. Okay, if you see, we have this app name and slug name, and we will define the package name over here. Okay, and this is our main file. So this is our the assets, which is nothing but the our all the images, icons, mobile, the app icon and everything. Ignore all these top two files and node modules. It's just some of the packages which need for the our application. So now, first thing we will do, we'll add a Visual Studio Code plugin. Okay, so go to the plugin extension section and just type React. You will see this ES7 React Redux React Native. Okay, so this will help in order to define the starting template for each page. Okay, so you don't need to define or write the template every time. Okay, so this will help you to write it automatically within a few word. Okay, so I will tell you how, but just make sure you will install this. I already installed it. Okay, And I don't think so any other things we needed. If I remember anything, I will let you know. So now we successfully run the application. Okay, so let's create some folder and some file. Okay, so I created one folder called now name app. Inside that I will create one more folder name uh, I will name as a screens. Okay, inside the screen I will create three files: the home tab, I can get home screen .js. Okay, then another is playlist.js, and the third one is profile.js. So if you remember, we added this VS Code extension for our React Native. Okay, so with the help of this, we will define the template automatically. Okay, so let's go to home screen, and here you can just type RFCE. So we'll give the bunch of suggestion, right? Select the first one. If you click enter, you will see that extension will provide a default template for us. Okay, so this is very helpful, so you don't need to type every time. Okay, with the help of that extension, you can that extension help you to define the default template. Okay, same thing you have to do here. Let me change the name here like screen, because these are our tabs. We can call it screens. Okay, you can name whatever you want, and everywhere you have to define same RFC here. Okay, and then RFC. Okay, now remove this code. We don't want this div tag, because in React Native we don't use div tag. Instead of that, we will use view tag. Okay, so view is nothing but the whatever we are showing on the display. Every content which we define in the view tag, that will display on the screen. Okay, so same when we in HTML we use the div tag, or we can call up sometimes body tag, right? So instead of that, we are using view. Okay, and here as well, I know body and div is different, but it's like uh, section, right? Consider that one. Okay, so now we successfully added the default template for all of our three screen. Okay, so let's try one simple example, right? Type here. So in order to type a text, right, we have the text tag. Okay, so which is a React Native tag. Inside text, whatever you write, it will display on the screen. So for example, home screen. Okay, we'll write like this, home screen. Okay, and save it. But if you see, you don't see anything, right? Because we have to define home screen inside our app.js. Okay, so remove everything from here. Remove this CSS style sheet tag and define home screen. If you see, if you type home screen, the VS Code suggestion will give the home screen and the path, and if you enter it, it automatically import the path for you. Okay, and just close the tag and save it. Now it's saying that, if you see in the right side, right, it's saying that can't find variable view, because in home screen we added the view, right, but we did not import it. So in order to get the suggestion, right, just do the select the, not select, but at the end of this tag, do control space, and it will give the uh, bunch of option. Make sure you are importing view from the React Native. Okay, and then click save. If you see on the screen, you will see this home screen, right, the text home screen, which we kept. If you see home screen display something like this and save it, it will display it, right? Perfect. Now we are able to add all the templates, and we are able to render in the home screen on the screen. Now next we are going to implement the upper section, right? Welcome browser, and this image we will call as a maybe a header. Okay, heading section. Okay, so let's do that. Now consider every single thing we are displaying. Okay, divide that into the components. Okay, the section. So for example, this heading is one component, this slider is one component, the top course list, right, that is one component, and so on. So same way we are defining in the React Native, which help us to restructurize the our code file, and it's a good practice. Okay, you can define everything in one, but when you apply the logic, it's will be hard. So make sure you will divide the screen in the components. Okay, so in the go to the app, and we will create one folder called components. Inside these components, we'll create a folder header.js. Okay, and do rfc in order to add the default template. Here we will define view tag. Make sure you will import that one, and then text tag, just to make sure okay we added the we can able to render the header on the screen. So I will save it, go to the home screen, right, because we already rendering the home screen. So instead of this text, we will add header tag, right? So we have to, if you see, right, we have already one header, but we want our custom created components header, and close the tag. Now we see this header, right, so which we define in this component. Now again, let's see the what we want to. On the left hand side we have welcome, then name, and the right hand side we have image. So let's create one view. Inside that we will create text tag. Okay, and in that we want to define welcome. Okay, and below that we want to define name of person, for example Rahul Sanap. Okay, something like this. And if you see, you can able to see this, right? Same thing, after the view tag we'll define image. So in order to display image, we have the image tag. Okay, and then we have to give source for that image. Now if you have already saved assets or save image in your assets folder, then you have to just write require. Okay, require, and then the path. Okay, so something like this. So in assets folder we have, I don't know what file name, but we can define like icon.png, for example, icon.png. Okay, but if you see, right, you see we are too much big, right, and we want a smaller one. So in order to apply the style, just scroll down after this function. Okay, just type rnss. Okay, which give us a default style sheet. Okay, this template. Make sure you will import this style sheet. Okay, style sheet package, and then you have to define like user image, give the style sheet name, and inside that you have to write width, for example 50. Okay, here we don't apply any pixel something, we directly give value. Okay, and height to be a colon 50. That's it. Now copy this user image in order to apply the style. Here you have to define style. Okay, and then is equal to, in double curly braces, I think in single curly braces, you have to define styles dot user image. Okay, if you see style, then apply the styles and then user image. Okay, and if you save it, you will see this image, right, it's small now. Correct, that is what we are looking. Now if you see, the text is we don't apply any font, we don't apply any style to this, but we want to apply it, right, because if you see the name welcome is in white color, and then this Rahul Sanap, right. One more thing, if you see, we want background to be black color, right? It's up to us. You want put white, you can. If you want to black, you can change to black as well. So now if you see on the right hand side, right, our welcome name is going uh, at the top section. That's why it's not clearly visible. So what you have to do, go to the app.js, okay, and in the container, because the style is already applied to this view, so give padding, so 20 px or 20, not px, okay, and give margin from the top. So margin up, sorry. So here, right, you have to give comma first, and then you will give all the suggestion. So to write the margin top, right, we have like margin and T capital for top, and give like 20, okay, something like this, correct? So that's all. And go to our header, and here we want to give style to the welcome word, okay. In order to apply colors, right, we will keep all the colors code in one file. So go to our app folder and create one folder called shared, okay. In that shared folder, called one file name called color.js. Inside this we will keep all our color code, okay. So just type here export default, okay, and inside that we will define our color. So we will, on the background side, we want dark color, so I will say black, okay. It's not actually a black color code. If you see, right, it's a little bit bluish dark, so I will keep like this, right. For the, as a primary color will be a red, right. So if you go here and we'll pick the red color, little darkish red like this, okay, this one. This, then we have white color, we need it, FFF, right, comma here, and save it, right. Depends on the requirement, we can add later on, okay. Now go to app.js. Here define background color as, take it from colors, color dot blank. Oh, so it's supposed to be black. Keep blank, and I will change to black and save it, right. If you see, nice change, perfect. So it's changed throughout the application, because whatever we kept in the app.js, it will apply automatically. So go to the our header.js file. Here we want welcome text font to be changed, we want bigger and bold. So here create another style sheet, which is the called welcome text. Inside that we want font size to be 20, then weight, font weight to be inside double quote or a single quote bold, okay, and save it. Let's see how it looks. So it doesn't affect because we have to apply style, okay. So write style is equal to, and the styles dot welcome text, and save it. If you select, it's changed, but we want, it's not visible because the color is black. Say just type color, and from the colors or color file, take white color, right? Perfect. If you want to increase font, you can, okay, but right now we'll keep as it is. So now we have this text Rahul Sanap, right? So we'll call it as a user name text. Inside that, just change the color to red. So it's like color dot red. Oops. Oh, don't have a red color. Let me check. So we don't have a red color actually. So, or we can go. Sorry, we have primary so color. So it's nothing but primary color dot primary. Why it's not coming? Okay, so it's capital C color dot primary. and save it. And we have applied this style to this name. Correct? If you see, but it's not visible, so it's quite darkish actually. So what we'll do, right, for now we will keep as a white color, so it will be visible. Okay, now we want this image to be a circular, right? So in user image, just write border radius to be a 50. If you see, it could be a circle. I want to make it that image little small. I will make it like 45 and 45. Okay. Okay. Now in order to put this one and this in one line, right, we have to apply a flex. Okay, so if you want to understand more about flex and how it works, please comment down in a comment section so I can make a video for you. Okay, so here I will create one more style sheet called container. Okay, and inside that I will select flex direction to be in one row. I want a row in flex direction, right? And I apply styles dot here container. Okay, if you see, now it is in one row, but in order to put at the end, we have another property for the flex called justify content. Okay, so what justify content do, we have multiple option. Okay, so like flex end, flex start. Okay, we want the space between. So space between means two items, right? This one and this one. So if you write space between and save it, it will give the distance. Okay, if you write space, for example, you can write a lot of options. Space around, it will give the equal space around these two content, right? From here, from between this and this one, right? But we want the space between, so I will give like this. Okay, perfect. But as I told, right, we are putting this image from our assets folder. What if you want to put an image from the URL, right? So go to the Google and just type user image. We'll get one dummy image. Okay, in order to display it, so we'll just get the URL. Okay, so for example, this image. Okay, just copy the image address. This is for just for our understanding purpose. Copy the image address instead of require, right? Require can be only used when you are using the local files. Okay, so we are using the URL, so you have to write source double quote and here write URL. Okay, URL colon, and inside a quote you have to paste this URL. Okay, I don't, so my bad. So instead of URL, it's a URI actually. Okay, I forgot. So URI, and if you see, right, our image is displayed. So just paste your link and the text. So here, right, what I will do, I will cut this one and I will make one constant here, right? Constant image URL or user image, you can call image is equal to, and we'll paste this one. Okay, so we save this user image, right, in a one constant. So in order to use this, you can just put this constant name here and save it. Still our image is now display. Perfect. So we are pretty much ready with our header section, correct? Now we will learn how can we add the sliders. Okay, now in order to create a slider, we create one folder, or sorry, one file in components called slider.js. Here we have to define our default template by using the RFC, and this template is ready. So interview, put some text in order to check whether this is rendering or not. So just type like this text inside that one and make sure all these tags are imported. Okay, then go to our home screen and import the slider page. slider component, sorry. And you see this slider over here. Okay, perfect. So now I created a one constant, okay, called slider list. It's a JSON object. It contains two objects. One is a slider 1 and slider 2, which is having the image URL and the ID. Okay, so this is just some dummy data which we are using for our sliders. So first, remove this text slider, right? So slider is nothing but a list, right? List of images. And in order to show a list in the React Native Expo, we are using the flat list. Okay, so if you go to the Google and just type flat list Expo or React Native, okay, so this document will give you how can you use the flat list. Okay, so if you see the way to use the flat list. Okay, so now let's define a flat list. Okay, so inside the flat list we have to define the which data we are gonna render it, right? So we have to call data. Inside data we have to define which data. Okay, so we are using this slider list JSON object. We will define like this. Okay, after that we have to define key extractor. Okay, it's not mandatory, but key extractor is like each record need some identifier, right? Like slider list dot id. Okay, then after that we have to write render item. Okay, so in render item where we are actually rendering the uh, image. Okay, in this case it's image. So like this, then item index, and then we have to write like, okay, so remember the syntax, right? First curly braces, then inside that we have this item. Okay, so the flat list used to iterate each item one by one. Okay, now inside this view we have to define image, this image, then source of the image, then its URI, and the URI is item, and in that item we have this image URL. So image URL. Okay, and close this tag and save it. Let's try whether we are getting anything. No. So let's define a style. Sometimes if you did not define the style, it will not come. We'll try to define a style now. So here we have defined React Native style sheet. Okay. Make sure you import the style sheet and slider image. Define width, for example, I will give, for now I will give 200, and height I will give 100, and let's attach the style sheet to our image. Styles dot image URL. Oh, not slider image, sorry, and save it. We have to use the hook here, right? So define constant and define slider list comma set slider list, and then use state. So use state is a hook, right? If you think about Java or any other language, right, we define a variable and we store the value. In React it's same way, but we have to define the variable name, and which can store the value, and another name in order to set value for that variable. It's like a getter setter method, right? Same way we can use it. And if you see, we have this use state. So use state is a predefined inbuilt React Native hook. Okay, so if you let me So here what I will do, right, I will just cut this one, and inside use effect is another hook, inbuilt hook, right? So I will define this hook as well, what it is, right? And it's set slider list. We'll define our slider. Okay, so use effect is the hook. It execute every time if we did not define this empty array, right? So in every iteration it will keep uh, executing. Okay, it's infinite loop. So in order to avoid this, you have to give this empty array. Okay, or if you want to execute this piece of code, it's called use effect. When some value is changed, then that value you have to define um, here, right? For example, say slider list like that. Sorry, the slider list like that, right? So, and whenever you want to execute first time when it launch on this component, write everything in the use effect. Okay, because use effect will run at least once if you define the empty array. Okay, once we define this data in this use state, okay, just do here, here we define in the square bracket, right, define in the curly braces and save it, and you will able to see these images, right? So we don't want text here, remove it. Now I want the width to be a full width of the screen, right? So what I will do, in the width section we have inbuilt property called dimensions dot get the dimension of what screen. Okay, dot, then we have to what you want, height or scale or width. I want width. Okay, and save it. If you see, it extended until the width. Correct. Now it's coming one below down. Let's change the height first. So I will change the height to 170. It's bigger, but that's fine. And I want to give a margin from the top. So you can give margin from here as well. That's completely fine. Top 10. Okay, and then we'll give some radius. Let me radius of 15. Okay, you see now it's 10, 15 is more, I will give 10. Okay, now the second thing, I want this on the horizontally, right? So in flat list you have to just define horizontal. Okay, I want horizontal which is to be true. Okay, and if you save it, now it should be horizontal. If you go here, right, and if you scroll it, you can able to scroll it. Correct. Perfect. But if you see, right, I gave the width, and that width is going to the right side, right? So width is giving the screen width, right? So what you have to do, just multiply it by something less number, zero point 0.8. Oh, sorry, 0 0.8 to 0 0.8 some, and save it. Let's see, right? So a little bit more. 9 is more, 8. Perfect. Okay, and we can give margin to right as well. Margin to right to 10. Okay, and if you see now, right, right, it's working. That's what we want. Now our slider is pretty much completed. Okay, now we will define the next section. Let me open our slider. Next section is a course list. Okay, again it consists of the image, the text, and it's again slider. It's a horizontal scroll, right? But the only width is smaller. So let's design that one. Now next we have to do the text section. So let's create one component. So let's create one component called playlist.js. Okay. Inside that, define our template. Remove this one tag, and then give text tag which is called top playlist, top course list. Sorry. Okay. Or you can let top course playlist. Okay, like this course list. Okay, save it. Now make sure you will add that playlist in your home. So add playlist. Okay, let's end the tag and save it. So it's saying can't find a variable. Go here, add that tag. Okay, now you see top course list. So here, right, give the style sheet, give the view. So here define the style sheet for this view, and style sheet we have to define the style for the our main container. So you can call container and give margin of top to 15. Okay, and here you just attach that style sheet styles dot container and save it, right? Then you have to give the style for this text list, sorry, text. So define heading. Okay, inside heading we have to define the font size first to 20 sorry, and then color to be from the color uh, file, and wish to be white. Okay, and also I want this to be a bold. Okay, in single quote or double quote, whatever. And make sure you will apply to this text styles dot heading, and if you see it's there, perfect. So I pasted all the course list with ID, name, and image URL. This is the static information. Okay, we are just hard coding the values for now. Now we have to define flat list, right? The same way which we define for the slider. So under this one, we have to define flat list. Okay, inside this flat list, we have to define data, which data we are using. So it will be course list. Okay, then we have to render the items, right? So in the rendered items, then item comma index I'm using because index is nothing but a 0 1 2 3, right? So if we want to use sometimes we can. If you did not define, that's completely up to you. Okay, and then we have to define here view. Okay, view, inside view, oh, sorry, let me close this tag. Inside view we have defined image. Okay, and then source. Inside the image source we have to define the image from the URL. So I will use URI and the item dot image URL. Okay, let's close it tag and let's see whether it's working or not. It look like it's not working. Let's give some height and width, and let's check again. Okay, So in the slider, right, the way we define, in the same way we gonna define in the playlist section. Okay, so let's define image. Can give image only. Inside image give width of 150, height of 100. Okay, and apply that style is equal to styles. Let's save it. You see, we got this result. Right, now we want in horizontal, so we have to define like horizontal will need to be a true, and save it. So it will come horizontally. Now we want to give the margin between these two, right? So here just write for image, give margin from the right to be like 15. Okay, and give the radius, border radius to be like 10. 10 is much more. I will give 5. And now you see we got this beautiful course list section, but we are not done yet. We have to define this name as well. If you see, right, we can increase the width and height because it's looking so small. Okay, so we can increase the width and height of these images. So we can give 180 here and height to be like 460. Height is low, 140, 190. Let's see how it looks. 200, 30. You have to check, and you have to just check, okay, on which side it will look good. Okay, and from heading we will give margin bottom, right, margin bottom to 10. Okay, let me increase the weight little bit more, 20. Okay, so this is look good to me. Okay, now under that we have to give the title, right? So inside this one we'll define the text, and inside text we have to give the, we have to render the title name, I think. Yeah, let's save it. If you see, we got the name, but it's black color, so we'll change the color as well. Name, we'll give name text, and color should be a white, and I will increase the font little bit. I will change to 17 and save it, and apply that name text to this text. You see, it's perfect, but we'll give little bit I don't know, because it's touching, right? So you give margin from top to like 5, and padding, oh, or we give padding instead of margin, we'll give padding. You see, okay, perfect. Okay, it's look completely wonderful. Now if you see, right, we are getting this little bit scroll, right? So in order to avoid that, in flat list you have to define show horizontal scroll indicator to be a false, so that you will not able to see the scroll, because we don't want that and it's not look good, right? That's the reason we will remove that one. So if you see, I'm not able to see anymore that horizontal scroll bar. Correct, perfect. So we pretty much completed this top course list section as well. Okay, it's similar to this one, if you see. Okay, the first one is the slider, then we have the top course list. Perfect. Now we have this grid format of popular video section. Okay, we will do it, that section now, we'll do that. Okay. Okay, let's start. Now go to our component folder and create one more component called video grid list.js. Okay. Define a default template, remove this div and add view. Okay, inside view we have to define the title, the heading of the section, which is a popular video, then text, and here we have to define popular video. Okay, then before applying style sheet, make sure you will add that this we will add this component in our home screen. So video grid list, and make sure it's rendering so it's showing popular video. Okay, now apply style sheet for that one. Okay, so we'll create a style sheet, heading, we'll copy the same heading style from the we created playlist section, right? Okay, so from here copy this section as it is, container as well, so we'll apply container to the this top view styles dot container, and for style is equal to styles dot heading. So color, okay, they import the color file. Perfect, we have seen the popular video. Now I already have this object, okay, which has a id, name, image url, and the url of the video, and this is the image url. So let's create a flat list, right? Even though you want to do the vertical list, horizontal list, or grid type of list, okay, you can use every time you can use flat list. Flat, that's why flat list is so popular and powerful, okay, in React. So let's create flat list. Now for data, define the data which is our course list. Oh sorry, so let me check. Okay, it's video list, sorry, and just render the item. So in order to render item, curly braces, then square bracket, sorry, the circular brackets, and then again curly braces. Okay, and you have to define here, for example, item. Okay, and here you can define view. Okay, inside that first we have to define image. Okay, if you see we have image and then text, then image, then source, the URI, which is item dot image URL, and let's apply style. So create a style for this image. So width, which is like for now I will give 200. Height, I will give 100, and I will also define the radius. I will give 7 for now. Now apply this style sheet to your image tag. So style styles dot image. Okay, and let's save it. And you see, you can able to see this, right? But it's coming one after another. We want in the grid format. Grid format in the sense we want one here, second here, third here. Okay, like this way. So in order to define in that way, right, For now, what I will do, I will give image width, screen width. So I will give dimension dot get, define screen, for example, dot width, something like this, into 0.9, for example. Okay, perfect. So in the flat list, right, there is one more property called number of column. Okay, it's called num columns, and you have to define the column here, how many column you want. In this case we want two columns, so we'll define two columns. Okay, so this is first column and this is second column. Once you define, right, it will give the error, because whenever you change the column in the flat list, you have to reload the application again. Okay, then, so in order to reload it, shake your device. Okay, if it's not working, just remove it from background, go to the your Expo Go app, and open the application again, so it will rebuild the application. Okay, so just wait for that one to build it. Okay, perfect. So it build it, right? But if you see, we don't see the third one, right, because it's going, I think, on the out of screen. So now in this case, right, define the width is like half of the screen size, right? So width of, and I will define 0.5, which is 50% of the width. You see it's coming, right? But we give the padding from the both side, right? That value also we have to consider. So that's why I gave the height and like this 0.42, right? 45 maybe. And let's give the margin as well. So I will give margin of 5, margin from all the sides. Okay, and it, okay, that's fine. And just change this to something 40.42. Okay, perfect. Now if you see, it's look good actually. Okay, or let's 1.5. Okay, little correction. Okay, now it's look too good. Okay. Now we have to give the title for each video. So define the title below this image. So inside text we have to define the video name. Okay, so item dot name, and save it. Obviously it's in black color, so define style for it. So name text, and define a color to be a white. Oh sorry, from the color from white. And then the font size, I will keep font size as it is. And let's say apply this style styles dot name text. If you see, you're able to see, right? We can give margin from the bottom, means give the image margin. Okay, so let's write margin bottom and 10. Sorry, we'll give to image instead of this one, bottom 15. Okay, perfect. 10. Okay, now we are pretty much completed. If you see that the text is look little bit bigger than the video, right? So I will change the text size and maybe make a little bit smaller. So change the font size to like 13, 12. Okay, now it look perfect, right? So in this quick section in the home screen, right, we define the top section header, then we define the sliders, then the top course list, or the list in the slider format, or it's a horizontal scroll, and then we define the grid. Okay, now this that's all for this part 1 video. Okay, in part 2
we will actually define this uh, second page. So in that part 2 lecture, right, I will tell you how can you pass data uh, from the home screen to the next new screen, right? So for example, if I click any of this course list or any of the video, I have to pass the URL of the video along with the disk title of the video to the next screen. Okay, so that type of functionality we will learn in the next video along with designing the second screen. Okay, so if you did not subscribe to my channel yet, subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon so you will get notification whenever I upload the new video. Also, if you really like this video, share with your friends and press like button